Happy Monday, everyone. Carmen Broxma here with Choose Joy with Carmen. And I am back today for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. And today is Valentine's Day. So I hope you are all having a wonderful Valentine's Day. So today's card is going to focus on the celebration stamp set called Calming Camellia that you can earn for free when you host a qualifying workshop. So I wasn't sure if I was going to like this, but I really seen some really cute cards with this. But today's card is going to focus, I'm going to focus on basically a monochromatic card with using the Pool Party ink. So let's go ahead and get started with the stamping first. So I'm going to take a piece of basic white cardstock and I'm going to stamp everything that I need to die cut. So we're going to first start with and we are using several stamp sets today, and sorry about that, but it was just the way I wanted to design this card. So let's get started. I'll show you that we are going to be using, obviously, the Calming Camellia stamp set, and we are also going to be using the let me show you this one, the Dahlia Days, because I wanted to use this on my card, and I also wanted to use this image here because the paper that we're using is from the celebration paper. It's called Friendly Hello. So we're using one of the pattern papers that's in this set. And the reason why, and this is the pattern paper that we're going to be using. And the reason why I wanted to use this set is because if you notice in the paper, it has these twigs here. And I wanted something similar to that. And this set had the twigs. And this kind of matched, this set. Stampin' Up! Has been doing these videos on the demonstrator planning place, and it says this goes with that. And so I just happened to fall into that category with this card. And then the other stamp set that we're using, and it's only primarily because I wanted these splatted images here, is from the Forever Fern. So we're only using that from that set. So let's go ahead and ink up our Calming Camellia flower with the Pool Party. And hopefully I can get this inked up nicely since it's such a huge stamp set. Huge stamp, not set, a huge stamp. So let's see. Looks like I've got it inked up pretty well. And we're going to be using this piece for a lot of stamping. So I'm going to try to make room for all of them. So I'm just going to kind of stamp this in the bottom corner here. And give it a nice pressure all around to try to get it all on there. And let's see how that looks. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now we are going to take the image from that other stamp set, this one, and we're going to stamp it as well, because all these are going to need to be taken over to the die cut machine, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and die cut out. So let's go ahead and make sure that's inked up really nicely. And let's stamp that up in this corner up here. Leaving enough room so I can get my die cut around the image. Looks pretty good. Then we're going to take the fern looking stamp, and I want 3 of them. So I'm going to stamp them down this side and hope that I have enough room there to die cut them. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that one isn't too close to the bottom, but we'll make it work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my die cuts and I'm going to place them around my images. And for this one, I'm going to use a circle die that is part of the Layering Circles framelits. And I'm going to use that to die cut that out. So let me go ahead and head on over to my machine and get these die cut out for you. And I will be right back. Okay, I am back. And here are the images that I die cut out. And I've already did some stamping on this one. But let me show you how I did that. So in this set here, it says, "You make me smile." But I didn't want it completely in that way. So what I did is I went ahead and I cut it. I took the word smile off of that and I cut it down the middle so that I would be able to have two separate stamps, so that way I could ink up "You Make Me Smile" and stamp it at the top, and then, I mean, "You Make Me," and then I could stamp the smile below that because I wanted it to be not all on one line. So that's how I did that. And then let's see. So let's go ahead and work on the next part that I'm going to need images for. So I have this, I think it's 4 by 3.5 piece of basic white, and the reason why I cut it to that is because I'm going to be using the border, one of the borders out of the basic borders, and I wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure I had extra space, so I went ahead and made this a little bigger. And so what I'm going to do is take my border and I'm going to line this up toward the bottom evenly, and I'm going to take it over and die cut it out of my embossing machine, die cut machine. And then when I do that, I've already done that, you get a piece like this. And we're basically going to do some paper saving technique on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the larger scalloped that's going to match that circle that it's going to match this circle. It's a little bigger than this, and I'm going to take this over and I'm going to die cut this out. I'm going to make sure it's right in the middle because I'm only going to need, I want to make sure that I don't see that through there. So let me go ahead and take that over and die cut that really quickly for you, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So now we have this that we're going to be using for our image, and we're also still going to be using this. So I went ahead and have a piece of the designer paper, and this is cut at 4 by 3, I believe, and all the dimensions will be on my blog. And so basically I am going to adhere this. If you see at the corner here, there's like a little flat edge right there, and I'm basically going to use that as my guide for adhering this down. So let me go ahead and get that done. Let me get my adhesive here, my Stampin' Seal. And you could use liquid adhesive if you wanted, so that you could make sure to have that wiggle room, but I didn't bring that over, so we're going to use the stamp and seal. And we are going to line that up and adhere that down just like that. And you're going to notice that we have some extra at the top, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go over and grab my scissors or my trimmer. Where's my trimmer? Let me grab the trimmer really quick. Let's use the trimmer. And I'm going to take that in there and I'm going to cut off that excess. See if I can get into the camera here, make sure. Just cutting off that excess white from the top. There we go. Get that out of the way. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get our base. And we are going to, we're going to fold that. This is going to be our card base. And we are going to adhere this. Actually, first what we're going to do is we're going to take, I took a piece of basic white, but before I did that, I took this that I'm going to put at the bottom. So I kind of just laid this where I kind of want to place it. And so I kind of use that as my guide. And then I took the speckled dots, this, and stamped kind of around it. And this is kind of what it looks like. So like this. And we're just stamping in the pool party. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the card front. And let's go ahead and try to get that even border that we want on all four sides. I probably could have moved that over a little bit. Let me try to get that up there. It's getting a little torn. And if you ever have a problem with putting something down like I just did, and you want to get that up, you can either huff on it, because the heat from your breath helps move that, or you can put your embossing gun to give it that little heat back there. So let's try this again. Let's try to get this more even. I didn't like that at all. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do it this way. And hopefully I get it even, at least a little better than it was. Okay, so now I can go ahead and place this right here up at the top. And see, the good thing is, what I like about the paper saving is, since we're not going to see that hole in the back, that's why we were able to die cut that out of that piece, because we've covered it up and we're not going to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that there. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this to our scallop circle. And that looks pretty good. Now those little fern-like things, I'm going to put them on the back here like this. So you can either use glue dots or to get them down there, or you could put a little adhesive on the edges. But I think what I'm going to do, since I'm going to pop this up, I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals to hold it down. So this is going to be on the card like this. So I think I want one up here. So I'm just going to find a place where I want it, turn it over, and with my Stampin' Dimensional, plop that down there, and that'll hold it in place. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom two, because I want two at the bottom, you know, probably off to the side depending on where you want it. So I think I will put them like right about there. Oops. So let's get that lined up where I want it. Okay, probably around there. Grab another dimensional. Use it to hold that down. Then I'll take the other one and I'll grab another dimensional, and I probably could have put a little of that corner down there, but let's see how that looks. See if I like that look. I think that looks pretty good. This might be down a little too much, but that's okay. So now I'm going to add some more dimensionals to the back, just to give it that good stability, and remove them all and adhere that to the front on where I want it. I guess that looks pretty good. So there's that, and now I'm going to take my sentiment and also put some dimensionals on the back of that. So that we can pop that up. And, oops, oh, no, don't stick. I want that to be somewhere around there, having those speckled dots shown on the back side of that flower bunch. So I think I like it right about there. So there's that. And then as the inside goes, I've already stamped it, but what I did is I just took the dots and I did some stamping. I off stamped the speckled dots, and then I took the fern and I stamped it once and then stamped it again into the corner there. And then I took the sentiment, it's the little things that make life great, and I stamped that at the top. So that's going to be the inside of our card. And let's go ahead and get that on the inside. I don't know to do it this way or this way. I don't want to. It's just so hard to try to get that lined up with that even border. Okay, there we go. So there's the monochromatic card for today. Now the only other thing is, if we want, in the mini catalog they have these faux sea glass shapes, and this is not the same color, but it sure looks like it to me. I mean, so it's a matter of whether I want to use some of them or the white on this card. So let's go ahead and see if I even want to add any of these. I think I just love the shape of these. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll add, and I am just going to use my fingers because I didn't bring my take your pick. And I think I'm going to add one there, one of the bigger ones. And then I think since this is so busy up here, well, I'm going to maybe just add another small one over here. And then I'll decide, I don't know, should I add a white one or should I continue with this? I think I will add another small one of these over here. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or don't like it. Maybe I'll put one there. Ah, I kind of like that. So you could add those there, or you could add some of the white ones on top, but I think the top is busy enough, so it probably doesn't need any embellishments. So there you go. There's today's card. I think it's fun because you only have to use one ink color and you can get such a stunning looking card. And I like the way those two sets seem to complement each other. So you make me smile, and it's the little things that make life great. So there you go. There's today's card, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new, if this is your first time to my channel, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and sharing it with your friends. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My channel keeps growing little by little, but we will get there. So I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day and have a good rest of your week. And we will see you again next Monday for another episode of my MoJOY Monday. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.